There's something so compelling about the Pacific Northwest. It has such a unique feel to it. And in fact, it holds a special place in my heart because it's where Tim and I got engaged. It's so crisp, it's refreshing, it's thrilling, it's adventurous. It's just a place that feels like new possibilities are waiting to be discovered. Today we're introducing a new pattern named Rainier by Jane Vincellin. It was inspired by Mount Rainier in Washington State, which is actually an active volcano. This shawl is unique in how it's constructed, so I'm excited to reveal more about that later in the video. You can see the gorgeous mountains represented as you move through the shawl, like icy little peaks reaching for the sky. And here towards the end, you can see these beautiful flower motifs, which mimic the gorgeous wildflower meadows that surround the mountain. And I love the scalloped edge. It looks like a little mountain range on the horizon. We used icy blues and hints of gold, so it would feel like frosty glaciers and snowy peaks with glints of sunlight sparkling on a cold winter's day. This shawl will drape and gleam and look absolutely stunning on you. The yarn is our hand-dyed Pearlescent Fingering, which is a shimmering, glowing yarn with a luxurious drape. It has an otherworldly softness to it and just glides through your fingers while you're knitting it. I will be giving away a set of the devoted hues that we use to make this shawl, so if you would love to enter, just make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and comment below letting me know if you have ever visited the Pacific Northwest. And if you would love to grab the pattern and the yarn, they're both available at expressionfiberarts.com. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for email updates for weekly free knit and crochet patterns. This shawl uses just basic stitches, and you actually start here in the center. You're going to work in the round to form a square, and you're going to work back and forth to make this side of the shawl, and then repeat that on the other side of the shawl. So to get started, I would love to show you how to work this magic circle cast on, so you are all set up for success with this design. We're going to start by casting on 8 stitches with the magic circle method. So this is our working yarn, and my tail is over on this side. Go ahead and wrap it around your fingers, and you can pinch it there at the top. So this is the tail, and go ahead and pop your needle up into the circle. Then go ahead and grab your yarn, and we're not going to count this as a stitch. We will drop this off later. Go ahead and work a yarn over, reach into your circle and grab your yarn. So you've cast on 2. Yarn over, reach into your circle, grab your yarn. There's 2 more. Yarn over, reach into your circle, grab your yarn. There's 2 more, and let's do 2 more. Yarn over, reach into the circle, grab your yarn, pull it back through, and there is 8 stitches cast on because we're not counting this first one. So then to get set up with our knitting, we're going to go ahead and slide all of this onto our cable, and we're going to split it in half. So we want 4 and 4. So pull your cable up in the middle of those stitches. And then we need to go ahead and pull this cable all the way through and slide those stitches onto this needle. So there's 4 stitches here, and you can actually remove that. And then take this needle, and you're just going to pull it through. So what you should have is your tail is here up on this top needle, and you can see actually if you pull on that, you're going to be tightening up your stitches and that center circle. And then your working yarn should be coming here on this bottom part, and then you're all set up to get started knitting the first round. To knit the first round, I've gone ahead and cinched my tail up a little, and again, just remember that your working yarn is coming from these stitches down here, and we're going to start knitting on these stitches up here. So just go ahead and knit as usual. So knit 2, 3, 4, and then we are working the magic loop. So if you're unfamiliar with that, we've now got to slide our cable and get our stitches onto our other needle so that we can work those. So we've got those stitches onto this needle. Now we need to remove this needle. Now we can work these 4 stitches. So go ahead and knit those as well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's round 1. So you can already see the start of our little center circle here. So to work round 2, we're going to continue with the magic loop method. So we're going to go ahead and slide these stitches here onto this needle, remove this needle so that we have it available to use. And we're going to start by purling those first 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then same thing. We need to go ahead and flip, and we need to pull the stitches onto this needle, remove this needle, and then we're going to purl these 4 stitches. So we're working in the round just on a teeny tiny scale. 1, 2, 3, and 4. For round 3, we're going to continue on knitting in the round. So if you have a marker at the start of your round, which I do not, you're going to go ahead and slip it to get started. So again, we're shoving these stitches onto this needle, removing this needle. So we're all set up to start working on these stitches. For me, it's just easy to tell where the beginning of my round is right here. That's why I'm not using a stitch marker. So I'm going to go ahead and start by working a knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, and then I am going to go ahead and place a stitch marker, and we're going to do that twice more. Knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, and you can place another stitch marker. I do find when they're on the end of the needles like this, they often fall off, so that's up to you if you would like to place that. Then we're going to continue on like we've been doing with our magic loop method by pulling these stitches onto this needle, rotating the whole thing around, pulling this one out. See, that little guy wants to go flying. And you want to make sure when you're doing this, you don't lose that yarn over. It's really easy to do so. Make sure it is wrapping around that cable and that you do still have that yarn over there. And we're going to do that again. Knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over, place another stitch marker, boop, and then knit, yarn over, knit, yarn over. To get started on round 4, remember to keep that ending yarn over there. We're going to go ahead and turn, slide our stitches like normal, and then slide this needle out, keeping that yarn over, wrapped around, and then we're good to go ahead and purl the first 4 stitches. So purl, 2, 3, 4, then you're going to slide your stitch marker, and we're going to do that again. Purl, 2, 3, 4, and then you're going to slide your stitch marker, which is all the way down here. Whoop. Now we need to go ahead and work on the other side. So flop it around, slide these stitches onto this needle, remove this needle so we can use it, and continuing with our purls. Purl, 2, 3, 4, slide your marker, and then you're going to purl 3, 1, 2, 3. What we're going to do is move this stitch so that it's at the start of our other needle. So this is our final stitch of the round, but we want to go ahead and pull this needle up, boop, so that that final stitch of the round is at the start of this other needle. So let me go ahead and show you. If we flip it around and slide those onto this other needle, just like we've been doing, and pull this one up, here's the final stitch. So we can go ahead and purl that. And now this is where your beginning of round stitch marker would be, had you started with it. I did not, so I'll pop that in there. And now you're good to go to continue working your rounds. And you can see we're starting to get our little circle. Go ahead and weave in your ends whenever you get a chance on the back to cinch up that little center hole. And the reason we wanted to stagger the start of our round here is to help avoid dropping yarn overs and our stitch markers. So it just makes life a little easier for you. Then you'll continue working in the round on this pattern until you have a square. And then you're gonna work out from there, and you're gonna work this side of your shawl. And when you finish that, you're gonna move to this side and you're gonna work this side of your shawl. It's a really striking design, and we hope you have a wonderful, adventurous time knitting it. We hope it inspires you to try new things and always keep the spirit of adventure alive. Enjoy your day, my friend, and I will see you soon with another new design.